Hi everyone, Jai Hind and welcome to the platform of StudyIQ IAS in English. My name is Bhavar Singh Suroi. I'm ex-India 115th course and qualified civil services in 2012. Now over here you must have seen that there had been various reports in the past few days or in past 1 or 2 days about the OSM or the on-screen marking that had been introduced in the CBSE and that has glitched, resulting into the various of the students who are questioning the introduction of the marking scheme that was introduced for the 12th board students. Now over here we can see and we can understand this complete rollout that was there for the on-screen marking system, that it was in May 2026 that the CBSE, it has executed its first full-scale nationwide digital evaluation of the class 12th board answer scripts under the on-screen marking system. Now this had been designed so that the result could be expedited as well as it could eliminate the manual mathematical errors and also it could establish the regional impartiality as well. But at the same time, when it comes to this initiative, so there had been nearly 98 lakh answer booklets which have utilized a privatized tech tool or the workflow, which soon triggered the massive national blowback as well on the social media platform. Now, what is this on-screen marking system? So this is basically where we are integrating or we are moving from pen to paper from pen to paper, from paper to screen, where the on-screen marking, it eliminates the physical need for the copies or transportation of the sensitive written answer sheets by the board students. Over here, the physical scripts, they are collected and then they are scanned under the strict encryption and masked to protect the student identity as well. The roll numbers, they are masked when the scanning is taking place. Then the digitized answers, they are then routed to the verified teachers' computers terminal across the world, and that allows them remote centralized grading via the digital styluses and tracking system or the software as well. Now, this is the complete pipeline when it comes to the on-screen marking system. The first step is the collection, where the physical answer booklets, they are collected at the nodal center and they are, under the security protocols, they are kept at the centers. Then after the collection, there is another step, that is masking. The roll numbers of the students that is there on the answer sheets, they are physically masked or anonymized so that there is the bias-free grading that will happen for the students. Then the third step is the scanning, where the pages, they are scanned using the software and ultimately converted to the PDFs. Then they are uploaded to the highly securized or the secured localized servers which are there. And later on there is grading, where the evaluators, they log into their screen or they log into their account and they read the complete answers on screen scans and then they directly input the marks into the portal itself. And that is the step-by-step process when it comes to the on-screen marking system that was used by the CBSE recently. Now, why this had failed? This is again very important. The first important factor was the low cost scanning. There is the high speed, low DPI scanning that have left nearly over 5,000 of the answer books illegible or they had been blurred. At the same time, the second factor is the manual masking error, where the identity concealment errors have caused at least 23 confirmed cases of the script which got mixed up. There was another factor of this, the failure that we have seen, and it is the evaluator fatigue, because the teacher, the checking the lighting on the screen, they have failed to scroll. And ultimately, because they have failed to scroll, they have left the entire pages unchecked, and that has led to the failure of the on-screen marking system. Also, there had been portal glitches due to the high traffic caused the rechecking resites as well as showing the random billing errors to the parents as well. And these are some of the problems that this complete on-screen marking system that has failed miserably when it comes to the class 12th board students which are there. Also, this complete issue, it has fallen into the controversy. Rahul Gandhi, who is the leader of the opposition, he have said that the vendor which has been selected was already involved in the previous controversy. Now, over here what has happened is that CBSE has contracted the Hyderabad-based Co-Empt Edutech for the rupees 25 per script, while the second lowest bidder offered was rupees 60. So when it comes to the bidding, so the government usually select the lowest bidder, and ultimately this massive cost reduction compromise the quality checks that are there as well as the staff training and the scanning fidelity as well. Now there is the past record of the vendor as well. there were the warning signs that were there, and the vendor was previously linked to the catastrophic data failure in the 2019 Telangana board examination as well. And here in Telangana in 2019, there were 3 lakhs of the students which were erroneously marked failed, and that had exposed a severe regulatory blind spot in procurement screening. And still this firm, that is the firm that was responsible for the OSM software, that was chosen. Now, there are certain technical challenges as well. The first one is that there is the substandard ink legibility. If the students, they are using the light colored pens, so ultimately what will happen is that they will, or they did not register under the low contrast high speed scanner configuration, and that renders the pages completely blank on the evaluator screen. There is another problem of the masking and the identity mapping flaws, where the inadequate barcode registration was there during the manual masking, and that resulted in the mismatched roles. The students access the answer books that belong to the other candidates, and that was because of the masking and the identity mapping flows. Then there had been the database and the transaction integrity as well, where we have the high concurrent traffic during the re-evaluation request window, and there were the crashed servers, double debited fees, as well as displayed erroneous fees schedules that were there. Also, there was access control vulnerabilities where staging at the testing domains, they lacked the proper authentication barriers, raising massive flags on the student data privacy as well. So these were the core technical challenges when it comes to the OSM module that was implemented. Now here it is very important that when it comes to the previous scandal or the previous failure of the same, vendor that is there, so it is to be taken as, or it could be read as a case study where in 2019, the Telangana State Board of Intermediate Education witnessed the same kind of massive disaster when over 3 lakh students, they were marked failed because of the processing error by the Globe Arena. Now, this Globe Arena is the same company that was later associated with the Co-Empt Edutech. That was the company that was hired for the OSM or on-screen marking for the CBSE 12th examination, that was conducted recently. Now, despite that, we have recently, or there were the societal outrage at that point of time and the public inquiry. The same consortium partner was awarded the nationwide CBSE Class 12th evaluation contract in 2026. Now, this showcases that there had been severe lapses in the government blacklisting practices and even in the vendor screening as well. So, this is where the accountability lies of the government. Now, this is all about restoring the academic trust, and ultimately when it comes to CBSE digital evaluation crisis, this is a vital lesson that is there in the governance transition, where the administrative modernization requires the pairing digital tools that should be there. We are not denying that the digital tools should not be there. Yes, they should be applied. They should be imbibed with the human empathy, strict quality control, and even secure institutional design that should be there. So this is all about the recent OSM or the on-screen marking system failure that happened for the class 12th board students, and ultimately there had been lots of re-evaluation that had been filed with the CBSE as well. So that would be all in this video. I hope that you have now complete gist and the knowledge about what had happened regarding the OSM or the on-screen marking, the news that is happening or that you are seeing on the internet, on the news channels as well. So that would be all. But at the same time, before moving ahead and ending this session, let me tell you that if you are preparing for UPSC Civil Services 2027, 28 or for 29 as well. So we have the GS Foundation batch in which you can enroll. And right now, this the complete system on the StudyIQ, we have moved towards a SMART model. SMART, it stands for the structured classes, the mentorship, the assessment, the revision, and the tests that you will get on the platform of StudyIQ. Now, right now you are getting the SMART offer, and that is you get the 50% off. Now, you cannot get this 50% off without the coupon. So, you have to input the coupon, that is BRS Live. That is the coupon that you can input while purchasing the course, and you will get 50% off on the platform of StudyIQ. Also, if you are looking for the optional, you can opt for the public administration, for which we are conducting the classes on the StudyIQ platform. And again, you can use the code that is BRS Live. And that will be all in this session. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me over here. And I will see you in the next. But till then, Do take care of yourself, as well as do not forget to like, share and subscribe this video to your friends. So that would be all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care and Jai Hind.